So hello guys, how are you all doing? I'm sure you all are doing great. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 movies that are so controversial and bold that they were banned in multiple countries. These movies are not just entertainment. They show things that challenge the norms of society. That's why these movies are not for everyone. They're only for mature audiences. So anyway, the intro has gone on long enough. Let's start the video straight away. If we talk about the 7th movie on this list, its name is 9 Songs. This is a British movie, and I'll say it straight up. This is considered one of the most explicit films in mainstream cinema, meaning it has shown everything that is normally only shown in bold films. But this is a proper theatrical release movie. In the story, you're shown the tale of a couple. There's a guy who is a climate researcher and a girl who is an exchange student. They meet at a rock concert and there's instant attraction between them. The entire film basically follows their relationship, going to concerts, spending time together, and their intimate moments. Now, the interesting thing here is that the film features 9 real live rock concerts. That's why it's called 9 Songs. And between each concert, there are intimate scenes between them. And these scenes are not simulated, they're real. Yes, you heard that right. This is exactly why this film was banned in several countries. The film is very short, only 69 minutes long. This movie is not available on major OTT platforms. You'll have to find it on the internet if you want to watch it. Now let's talk about the 6th movie on this list. Its name is Crash. And this is not the Crash that came out in 2004 and won the Oscar. This is a completely different movie. This one is directed by David Cronenberg, who is known for making weird and disturbing films. In the story, there's a couple that has gotten bored of their married life. There's no excitement in either of their lives. Then one day, the husband has a brutal car accident. And after that accident, he meets a group of people who get sexually aroused by car crashes. Yes, you heard that right. These people deliberately cause car accidents and take pleasure from it. Now, this concept alone sounds so disturbing. So just imagine what watching the movie would be like. The husband gradually becomes part of this group. His wife also gets interested. And then begins a dark journey where there's such a twisted mix of technology, metal, scars, and desire that your mind will spin. This film is also not easily available on mainstream platforms. You'll have to find it on the internet. The movie got a 6.4 rating on IMDb. Now let's talk about the 5th movie on this list. Its name is A Real Young Girl. This movie was made in 1976, but it was so controversial that it was never even released. This film remained banned for 23 years and was finally publicly released for the first time in 1999. Think about that, 23 years. That's how dangerous this movie is. In the story, there's a teenage girl who comes back to her parents' house for summer vacation. She's discovering her sexuality. She's curious about her body. The film shows the blur between her fantasies and reality. Now, the biggest problem with this film is that the protagonist is shown to be very young in age, and the content in the film is extremely graphic and explicit. That's why this film has been controversial, both morally and legally. This film is absolutely not available on major OTT platforms. It's even difficult to find. The movie got a 5.1 rating on IMDb. My personal advice: this film is not for everyone. The content is very disturbing. Decide at your own discretion. Now let's talk about the 4th movie on this list. Its name is Romance. This is also a French movie, and the director is the same Catherine Breillat, so you can understand that controversial content is guaranteed. In the story, there's a young woman who is in a relationship with her boyfriend. But the problem is that her boyfriend is physically and emotionally distant. He has no interest in intimacy. This breaks our female lead from the inside. She wants love, passion, closeness, but she gets nothing. Out of frustration, she goes out and starts getting intimate with different people. She meets an older man who takes her into the world of domination and submission. She meets another person who satisfies her on a purely physical level. Basically, she's trying to understand herself through her body and desire. The film contains real intimate scenes, not simulated. This is exactly why it was banned in several countries. This film is also not available on mainstream platforms. You'll have to find it on the internet. The movie got a 5.4 rating on IMDb. If you're interested in French bold cinema, then this is worth watching. But watch it mentally prepared. Now let's talk about the 3rd movie on this list. Its name is Shortbus. This is an American film, but it's absolutely not a typical Hollywood movie. This is independent cinema, and it's so bold that releasing it in the mainstream was almost impossible. In the story, there are multiple characters living in New York City. There's a couples therapist who is not satisfied in her own intimate life. She has never reached climax. There's a gay couple whose relationship is complicated. There's a dominatrix who is lonely on the inside. All these people meet at an underground club called Shortbus, where there's no judgment, no rules. Now, the most shocking thing about this film is that the intimate scenes in it, they're all real. No acting, no simulation. The film also has humor, emotion, and a beautiful portrayal of loneliness. But because of the explicit content, it was banned or heavily censored in several countries. This film is also not available on mainstream OTT platforms. You'll have to find it on the internet. The movie got a 6.6 rating on IMDb. Honestly, if you're open minded and want to see real, raw cinema, then this is a unique experience. Now let's talk about the second movie on this list. Its name is Lolita. This film was made by the legendary director Stanley Kubrick. In the story, there's a middle aged professor who rents a room in a widow's house. But his eyes are not on the widow, they're on her teenage daughter. He becomes obsessed with that girl. And this obsession goes to such a dark place that the viewer becomes uncomfortable. Now, this film was made in 1962, meaning, by the standards of that time, this was extremely shocking. Kubrick has implied things in a very smart way. He hasn't shown anything directly. But even then, the film was banned in several countries. The theme itself is so problematic that people react just by hearing the name. In 1997, a remake also came out which was more explicit than the original. That was also quite controversial. But Kubrick's original is still counted among the most important controversial films in cinema history. This film is available on the internet. For Kubrick fans, this is a must watch. But you need to be comfortable with the content. The movie got a 7.5 rating on IMDb. And now, let's talk about the last, the number one movie on this list. The name of this film is Beza. This is the most extreme movie on this list. So extreme that I'm going to carefully choose my words because you can't say everything on YouTube. This is a French movie. In the story, there are two women. Both of their lives have been destroyed. One of them goes through a brutal, the other one, someone close to her is. Both are different from each other. But when they meet, a deadly partnership is formed. Now these two go on a violent rampage together, in which they start killing random people and also have sexually explicit encounters along the way. The film is basically a road movie, but it's so graphic that in France it was initially given a regular release. Then when outrage happened, it was banned and given an X rating. In the UK, it was completely banned. Banned in Australia, restricted in Canada. Basically, in most countries of the world, this film has been in legal trouble. The violence and intimate scenes in it are both real, not simulated. One of the two directors is Virginie Despentes, who is a feminist writer, and the other is an film actress, so you can understand what the tone of the film would be like. This film is absolutely not available on major OTT platforms. It's even a bit difficult to find on the internet. The movie got a 4.5 rating on IMDb. The rating is the lowest on this list, but the controversy level is the highest. So those were the 7 banned movies that are for 18 plus audiences. Many of these movies are the kind that can mentally disturb you, so watch at your own discretion. I personally won't say go watch all of them, but if you're interested in the dark and controversial side of cinema, then this list is for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep supporting. That's all for now. See you in another video. Peace out.